So guys, I'm kind of curious, since I'm already down here and most of the stuff is removed, I'm kind of curious, how easy or how hard is it to remove the sprinter dash apart? I'll go ahead and actually remove it. I'll go ahead and pop this thing out and I'll remove the speaker thing. And to remove the speakers, you just have to pull on this little step here to expose those bolts. It should just come right out, but I don't want to have to break it. You just have to pull on it. I know mine came out fairly easy. There's just like little tabs that just slide in here. By using two hands, I squeeze this center portion. It probably doesn't help, but at least it helped me actually grip it evenly. And then once I pull it out, you can see there's like these metal clips here. One of them stayed behind, and this one, it's not a problem. But I'll go ahead and set that to the side. You'll need to actually remove those things if you're ever thinking about changing the speakers, because you have this little thing here that hides your speakers. One of them is broken on mine, so I'll need to actually replace them, and I have ripped speakers, and it looks like these are ripped too, so they're not going to really help me out at all, so I may have to just buy me a couple new speakers. But I was always wondering how difficult it is to actually replace the dash. Just remove it. I may have to do that bolt right here, this one, to remove this little piece. But anyways, I'm gonna do it in this video. Remove a speedometer, guys. This is tricky. I haven't seen this before. If you haven't done it before, you could easily break it. So I want to show it to you guys. You see this little knob here? Just press that little knob in, and you pull that over there, and it just, this little piece comes out of there. See? And then you'll have the rest of those. You just have to press this one in, press it back, remove it. So speedometer is out. This could make a very nice gift or decoration piece for your office. I think I could actually put one up in my office. Kind of cool. Sprinter theme. So I'll go ahead and pull the rest of the stuff up. This here usually just pulls out. You can just, if you have the radio out like this one, yeah, you can just push it out of there like that. And it's not going to break anything, but it's a good little piece there. So I don't see any hidden bolts in here, so maybe if that, well, actually that piece would probably still kind of like hold this dash in. So next would be the airbag piece. This little portion. To do this, you have to pull an actual dash right there, pull that off, and then there's some bolts. So you cannot just pull it out. There's two bolts right there. One right here, one right there. I'll go ahead and pull those out. I'm taking it out for the first time, but I kind of figured it out. So you'll have to actually get a screwdriver or something and just lightly pry it from the back. Then you can actually pull this piece out. And then there was a bolt there, a bolt there, one bolt there, and one bolt there, and now we have some more over here. And those, and then it should come out. So what you want to do now is, when you remove this little piece here, it frees up the rest of this here. And to remove this little portion here, you'll have to slide it through the inside. So then this is removed. So we just set this aside as well. And then we have the airbag, which is, it looks like it's not in my way because I'm just trying to remove the upper part of the dashboard. I also think there's going to be some hidden bolts underneath here, possibly. They probably have been removed already, but in that case I'll need to remove this little center console. And before I end up doing it, I want to remove that little piece in the speaker base. Different trick. I basically was able to get my fingers over here. I used both hands to just slightly pry it out like that, and it came out just find all the pins intact. Then we'll have this speaker piece to remove. Another broken speaker. But anyways, look at this. You could see right through the outside. So once the air system is installed, I think that's kind of protects. This is probably why they insulated a little bit to keep the cold from getting inside. So anyways, I'm going to disconnect this bolt, that bolt, this one, and those two. Well, maybe just that one for now, because I want to disconnect these two. This will cause this piece to be loose. This is probably holding that piece. The most important thing for me is to try to get this upper thing up. And we'll see if we have any hidden computers or compartment. Okay guys, back to the speedometer. I wanted to kind of point out, I see some kind of maybe computer there, or it could be just a sticker on a plastic piece. We don't know, but I will pull this dashboard out and we will be able to see that little thing underneath there. I've been always curious how to pull this dashboard out. I think you guys have been too. I heard it's a pain in the neck. I really don't think it is. Yes, there is a lot of bolts, but I think that's it. You know, once you pull those things out and you know what order it is, and I'm kind of giving you the right order here. Next is what I want to do is I'm going to remove these two bolts, and then I'm going to remove those two bolts. I'm going to free those, and then I'm going to work the other bolts around that I see here. And I will remove the center console. I believe it's kind of like not really on there really good. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that ashtray. Just, you know, pull it out right there, and then it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but I think I can do it. Yeah, right there. So this is how you disconnect your ashtray. It's a perfectly good piece here. Not the wires are broken. I had one that used to have like broken wires, so that helps. Okay, for removing this here, it is tricky because you actually have to shift the shifter, and well, I can just use my screwdriver. So we're gonna put that in. I'm going to shift it in neutral. It doesn't have to be neutral, but it's just enough so you can pull these little things out, so nothing's going to be touching. And then just pull on the dash from the bottom, and then out like this. So once you have all the bolts loose, and then of course you'll just need to pull it out like this, and you'll have those things to remove here. It's just like that. And I know this could be a headache because there's a lot of wires to remove. And of course, you know, these two bolts were missing, but of course that piece needs to be removed, because if you don't, you'll break your dash, because those bolts are usually there. Apparently this one has been tampered with once too many times, and it wasn't me. And if anybody's wondering how to actually change this electric piece that controls your climate in your vehicle, we have all these three buttons here. We have the AC, and this center one starts your like outside your vehicle, like in cold conditions, that actually would warm up your engine for you, like in really cold climates. And then this is a reset. I actually have that on my other vehicle. This one is from my other Sprinter. What has happened here, when I actually bought it, the portion inside is actually broken. So I replaced mine with this little unit here, and now it works. Sorry about moving the camera. I try to help you guys by removing this and film it at the same time, but it's not that easy job in the world. This one I'll actually have to remove this. I'll actually have to press that little knob right there, so I'll have to use like a screwdriver. This little piece here, it's on there tight. You have to really like push your screwdriver in there and try to push that little tab out. It's kind of stupid the way they did that, because it really makes your job a whole lot harder. But in case this unit goes out for you, you'll want to know how to replace it. Now to actually put it in, I think this is where the trick comes in. It's not as simple as removing it and installing a new one. You'll actually have to, before you remove it, like somehow, you know, like for instance, like my thing doesn't work here, but let's say it did. Like this here doesn't really work. You see, this doesn't really spin, but your vehicle will run without that piece being in there. There is these wires here that you could pull. There's this wire here. It controls, you know, the way that system is. So what you need to do is, for reinstalling it, first adjust to, like, let's say like to floor or to maybe like windshield. So it's gonna blow the air in that direction. Of course, you know, this piece will be connected to the wires and everything, okay? If this little tab does not work here, use this here with this piece being attached and adjust it to where it's going like on the floor or something, and then to the new piece adjust it to go on the floor, then install it, because you know, if you don't do it like that, then it's also not going to work and you're going to break it. You won't be able to like rotate this little shifter thing. I know it's kind of like a pain, and this is probably a bad explanation, but I just don't see any other way of explaining it. I think there's supposed to be like one more wire. Yeah, see, there's one more right here. So this one goes goes on this piece. Yeah, it goes like inside over here. It snaps on that. Like it would go actually around this here, and it would go in between those little tabs. Like this little tab would snap in there, and then yeah, you would end up installing this piece on there. So it needs to go properly, and then well, that piece is no good anyways, it just fell. I don't want to do that to the computer, but basically you'll need to adjust this little piece, because when you pull it, oh yeah, here's another piece. Okay, this is why this was kind of like confusing me, but these pieces, they get hidden. So you got this black and white wire. Both of them needs to be attached here. So you have one connector there, and then you have another one somewhere. But there's a place for both of them. You'll need to pay attention exactly which way they go, and then attach those pieces on there so they're going to work properly. But anyways, once you're going to be removing, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Just before you remove it, adjust it to like a floor setting or something, and then on this unit, once you're going to be installing a new one, adjust it to the floor as well, and then you shouldn't have any problem. Just install those things, pop it in, and then it's going to work. Because I popped one in and mine's not working, so I'll need to actually well, the actual twister doesn't work, because you know, these things are not properly aligned. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna get ready to remove those two bolts and then those two bolts now. I remove this bolt and that bolt. This little piece that attaches over here, it actually needs to be removed as well, because it crashes into it and then you cannot remove it. So then you just pull it out like that. This piece, I removed it. There was no metal latch, so I could just remove it like it is. I'm only interested in removing the upper dashboard, okay? And you could clearly see it removes like in pieces. Like there's a bolt right there, there's a bolt right there. Of course there would have been two more bolts there. Those are missing. Then the bolt right here, right there. I believe that's it. The top portion of the dashboard would be removed, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove all those bolts. This needs to be removed as well. As you could tell, it's kind of going to be holding the dashboard in place. Okay guys, I have disassembled all those bolts just like I told you, and it's time to remove it. It looks like it removes as simple as that. It looks like what's back here is part of the AC system that goes back here with all the hoses. So I would probably need to remove that if I would, you know, need an AC system in another van. I have one of the vans has no AC. Um, so most likely I would use it from this van, but I don't know if I could just install the AC system by itself. It also doesn't have a cruise control. So most likely I would, like if I wanted to use the cruise control from this vehicle, I would have to install everything from this vehicle. So, but at least the AC system I could install in that one from here.